Can't have a cottage garden in Florida? Think again. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jenny, the garden designer. And today we're going to discuss some of my favorite plants to use when creating a cottage garden in Florida. Yes, you heard me right. This can totally be done here in the Sunshine State. So the plants we're going to discuss are perfect for full sun to partial sun garden beds. In the future, maybe I'll do a video on plants for shade gardens, specifically cottage gardens. If you guys are interested in seeing a video about that, feel free to let me know. Now, aside from these plants being just really fun and whimsical, they are also all perennials, so they're going to last you years in your garden. All of these plants bloom off and on throughout the entire year, which means that you're going to have lots of fun variety and color throughout the seasons. They're drought tolerant. Many of them are native or Florida friendly, which means they just naturally do well here. They don't need tons of fertilizer, water. I mean, all plants require some maintenance, but these ones are pretty easy. They also all attract pollinators. So if you're looking, to create a little bit of a wildlife habitat in your yard, these plants will do the trick. All right, so let's just get into it. Here are my 10 favorite plants to incorporate in Florida cottage gardens. Number 10 is fire spike. Fire spike is a flowering shrub, grows to about 4 to 5 feet tall, and it comes in a couple different colors. You can find the flowers in red, that is the most common, but there's also a purple variety. And I just love this plant. You don't see it a lot, in my opinion, in people's gardens. So if you're looking for something a little bit more, unique, this is a great option. Number 9 is plumbago. So plumbago is another flowering shrub. It grows to about 3 feet tall, and it has more of a spreading, rambling habit, which is perfect for an informal cottage garden. And you'll see plumbago with either blue flowers or white flowers. Blue is the most common, but there is a white option out there too. Plumbago is one of those shrubs that you'll see a lot of places in Florida, commonly used in communities, shopping centers, but there's I think we tend to overlook it, but when you plug it into a cottage garden, I mean, that's where it's just always belonged. I swear this shrub was just destined to be a cottage garden plant. Number 8 is thryallis, another flowering shrub. It can reach 5 to 6 feet, but it's easily kept at 3 feet, and in my opinion, looks really good at that height. It has such beautiful, delicate yellow flowers, and it just has this whimsical, fun look to it. Number 7 is ornamental grass, which I just love incorporating into really any type of garden, but especially cottage style gardens. There are so many different types of ornamental grass. They come in lots of different sizes, colors, and they provide such fun texture. 2 of my favorites are fountain grass and Fakahatchee grass. When it comes to the fountain grass, one of my favorites is purple fountain grass. The color is just unreal. It's so, so pretty. Fakahatchee grass, that is a Florida native, is just more of a green grass, but it's I don't know how to explain it. It's a very firm, thick blades. It just provides really nice structure. And it just always looks lush and full. Really love that grass too. Number 7 is society garlic. Society garlic is a smaller border plant. It has a grass-like appearance, but stays smaller, and it throws up these really pretty lavender colored flowers off and on throughout the year. It does have a pretty strong garlicky onion smell, chive type of smell to it, which is actually a bonus because it helps to deter rabbits and deer from your garden, but just something to keep in mind. You may not want to plant it, right next to an area of your outdoor space where, people tend to congregate. Actually doesn't bother me at all. I don't think the smell is that strong, but some people seem to be more sensitive to it. Number 5 is the mandevilla vine. So as the name suggests, this is a vine. Oftentimes when we think of cottage gardens, we think of a pergola or a lattice, a trellis, but having some type of structure that a vine can grow on. So what better than the mandevilla vine? It's a tender perennial down here, and it comes in lots of different color options. There's pink, red, there might even be a yellow now. It comes in white, which is actually my favorite. But it just provides so many flowers. I mean, that thing is like constantly blooming. It's just really beautiful. Number 4 is blanket flower, which is one of my favorite flowers. I love blanket flowers. There is a Florida native variety, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It just has this really cute, charming look about it. They just make you happy. Number 3 is tickseed, which, fun fact, is actually Florida's state wildflower. So you'll also find native varieties of tickseed. I love tickseed. It definitely, it's a wildflower. It definitely has like this wild, like natural look to it. It can't be tamed. But when it blooms, I mean, it puts on the biggest show. And it easily self-seeds too. So if you're going for, kind of more of like that natural look, tickseed is perfect for that. The flowers are also like very like delicate. The stems are very like slender. So it provides fun contrast in the garden. Number 2 is salvia. If there was one flowering perennial that I could recommend to everyone, it would be salvia. It's one of my favorites. I mean, there are just so many different varieties. They come in so many different heights, colors. There are a ton to choose from, and they are workhorses in the garden. They're also pretty easy to get your hands on. I mean, there's always some type of salvia in bloom in Florida, it seems. Number 1 is Blue Days. So Blue Days is a ground cover, which means it stays lower to the ground, and it has blue flowers. So I think this plant is very underrated. Blue flowers are actually really rare. So this is just a really freaking cool plant. All the flowers open up in the morning, and when they open, I mean, oh my goodness, it's just mounds of blue. And then the flowers usually close in the afternoon. But in my opinion, it just makes you appreciate those flowers all that much more. So of course, I really couldn't stick to 10 plants for this. So I'm throwing in a few bonus ones for you. So the first bonus plant that I'm throwing in is rosemary. Lots of cottage gardens have herbs. Rosemary does really well in Florida year round. So while most herbs typically don't make it through our summers, rosemary does just fine. It'll last you years, so I recommend incorporating that. We also can't forget topiaries. Topiaries are typically considered to be more formal, but I love combining the formal look of a topiary into an informal garden. So go and get yourself like a 2-ball or a 3-ball boxwood topiary, stick it in a pot, and it'll really enhance that cottage look that you're going for. All right, you guys, that's all we have for you today. I really appreciate you watching. So until next time, here's your reminder to create the world you want to live in.